Page 12, dance. 3/4 time. Let's take this one hand at a time because the hands are doing different things. I'm going to start with the right hand. You're starting with the thumb on this C up here. That puts you in this position. Or in this 5-finger position for this piece. For this hand, you're not going to stay there, but that's where you're going to start. The notes, hopefully you know the names of all these notes and stuff. I don't need to go over it. If you don't know it, please go back and go through book 1. So here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 2. Now, second line here. They want 5th finger on the E here. So you're going to scrunch up a little bit to E. Now you've changed positions. When you do that, you can relax. Now you're here. So it's 1 and 2. And then in the third measure, 4 and then 5. You want to get eventually where you can do this move without looking at the keyboard. You might have to look at first, of course, but eventually you want to be able to feel where you can go back and forth between 2 fingers like that without looking. So here it's 4 and then 5. We changed hand positions again. And then for the last measure, you got to reach up 1 because that E is not in this position. It's here. So you just thumbs where it is, you just reach up. And then you can relax. We changed hand positions again. And third line, 3rd finger and then thumb. This is the same as before. You have to look at first. Eventually, you want to be able to feel that where you can do it without looking at the keyboard. And we changed hand positions again. Back to where you were at the beginning. Let's go down to the last line. You're starting here and then you're scrunching up again for the little finger. Now reach up for the F. It's just 1 note up. Everything but the thumb goes up. And again to the G. Isn't that cool? We can go up. We can keep going. Oh, isn't that fun? Oh boy. Left hand. Left hand has these chords. Starting here with the C and the E. They want 2 and 1 on that. I got problems with that, but we'll just go with what the book's saying. That's fine. That's 1, rest, rest. And then the next one's spell out these chords if you don't know what they are. In other words, you start with the bottom note and you work each note out 1 note at a time going through the chord. So in the second measure, you have a G, a B, and that top note is an F. You need to memorize that F. It's right above the second ledger line on bass clef. That's an F, just know it. So we're going back and forth between here and here. Second line, second measure, now you're coming down here. That's an A, F, A, and a D. And next you have the F sharp, C, D, and then the G chord. Now we do that some more. Now the left hand, when it starts, is once here, that actually puts your hand in this position, not 5-finger, but your thumb is up here. And you got to move around a little bit because you also have an F. So you're actually doing this. So just be prepared because in the last line, you got to come down to here. The whole hand moves for the second measure, and then you got to come up here. You got rests in between. You got time. You're just moving the whole hand and lowering the whole hand each time. That's all. Keep the wrist flexible. Don't tense up on the wrist. Keep it loose. Now, put the hands together. So you have here and here to start. So it's 1 and 2 and so forth. Once you can get all the notes and the rhythms, go back and add the articulation. The staccatos, your slurs. The left hand doesn't have any articulation. To hold the left hand down a full count and that's it. So in the first note, this is staccato, that's not. So it's 1 and. This comes up when you play the 8th note. Right there. at the same, because beat 1 ends when beat 2 begins. Beat 2 is when you play the 8th note. Therefore, you lift up on beat 1. So it's 1 and 2. It's kind of hard to do because you're doing different things in the hands. It's important you develop this ability. No, so work on that. Hold that left hand down. Then once you can do the articulation, add the dynamics. It says moderately loud to begin with. That's the right hand. Try and keep the left hand soft if you can. You'll have to decide what moderately loud is. I don't know. And then you get down to the 3rd line. Now you're soft. So it's here. That's the right hand. The left hand has to be very soft. Last line, now you're loud. This is like the end of it. You'll have. That's the right hand. The left hand can come up a little bit, but it's the right hand we're after. And then you have that decrescendo down. Go back down to about a medium soft. Now that last note is not staccato on the right hand. So 1, 2. It comes up on 2. Watch out on that one. The hands come up together. Then you can do that. Go try this moderately allegro thing. Allegro moderato, whatever that is. It's moderately fast. 1, 2, what's it to you? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That comes later. It has to be your moderately fast, not mine. You have to decide. Just keep in mind that this is a nice, light, happy dance that people are dancing to. Whatever. However, for the purpose of this video, on the play with me, I want to take it really slow. We're not trying to dance to it here. We just want to check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do the dynamics, just notes and rhythms. And we're going to go pretty slow here. You can speed it up and you can add the dynamics, and don't be in a hurry to go to the next piece. Actually learn this piece. This is something they call solo repertoire, where you can play for people if you take the time to learn it. It'd be a nice piece some people might enjoy hearing. Huh? So I'm going to give us 3 counts because it's in 3/4 time. Let's play this together slowly. Hands, put them where they go, and here we go. 1, ready, and go, and 1, and